What's up, dudes? My name is Nick. Welcome back for another music video reaction. Of course, in this one we're taking a slightly delayed look at this song from CLC titled Blacktdress. And I'm thinking, of course, that this is going to be a kind of song similar, but obviously very much different from Hobgoblin in the sense that, well, it's not going to be kind of like what they've released throughout every other song in their career, aside from Hobgoblin and that entire album. Of course, the previous album, which is called What? I don't remember specifically what it's called. It's got a little funky kind of name to it. But that was also different, but still not Hobgoblin and Crystal kind of like cool and enjoyable. Although, you know, it was different, good for a completely different reason. So I'm thinking that they're going to go with something that potentially is going to be appealing somewhat in the way that Hobgoblin was. But of course, the only way really for me to find out what that is, because I've never heard anything about this song, is I'm going to do what I do in all my videos, and I'm going to listen to this song, and I'm going to give you guys my honest first impression, thoughts, and opinions on this song, whether I like it or not. So if that is something you want to hear more of in the future, as I cover other K-pop music, then please do consider clicking on the subscribe button down below. And also, don't forget to watch all the way to the end of this video, because I will undoubtedly expand on my thoughts that I have that I share during my reaction portion of this video. So with all that being said, let's get this song started. Okay, so this is gonna be appealing. This is pretty much the same way that Hobgoblin is. Okay, gotcha. Ooh, I like the kind of, you know, with this part here, like that little the kick in of that bass in that little part right there. I dig it. It's definitely a very interesting. Alright, I like that break. That's a cool breakdown. There we go. How about that? Once I get my thoughts together and get the sentence properly formed. Was it like just something in my dress? What? I think obviously I'm missing the context, but that's a little bit of a weird line. See, second time around, this chorus is a little bit more. I got a better feel of this song now for the second time around. The first time around, I was like, you know, it sounds cool, but you know, wasn't entirely sold on it. If that makes any sense. So obviously I think that we're gonna potentially, you know, from now and any other videos that I make in the future, kind of be talking about this in comparison to Hobgoblin and that. But yeah, I don't know, that was good. That was actually good. Not really like, you know, not really, I would say, up there among my, you know, favorite songs from CLC, but that's definitely, you know, kind of the vibe that I honestly wish that their last comeback was. if we're being completely honest. You know, because after they released Hobgoblin, and I was, you know, really into that, obviously. If you watch my reaction video for that, like, I was all over that song, all about it. I thought it was fantastic. But maybe that was because it was kind of reminding me a little bit of the last couple of releases that 4Minute put out. That's also definitely a, you know, big possibility right there. But regardless, Hobgoblin was a pretty big and, you know, I think really nice sort of change for CLC. It probably brought one of the first songs that they've released since their debut that was something that was, I think, massively interesting. And of course, it was something that set themselves apart from every other girl group in K-pop, which isn't what they had done in the past. And then they released that song, and then they went back to the most recent release before this one, which kind of went back to the trend, which is cool, and it was a good song, and it was interesting in its own right. But I'm glad to see that they've gone back to something similar to Hobgoblin. Of course, the genre of music, I want to say it's different, but I'm not entirely sure how different it is. I'll have to go back and kind of like refresh myself, you know, remind myself what Hobgoblin actually sounded like, because I've kind of, my iPod got broken, and I've been trying to like rebuild my playlist of songs on there. I kind of missed out on listening to that for the last couple of months. But we're working on getting that back together, of course. But so I haven't listened to it, you know, Hobgoblin, so I don't at the moment have the best sort of comparison. But what I can talk about with this song in particular, which is where we will kind of focus for the last couple of minutes, is that this is gonna be one of those songs that kind of, you know, at first right now, I'm not entirely sold on it. I'm not like falling over in love with this song just yet. But I definitely do think that based on the fact that I listened to this song, that as I even listened to this song in the 3 minutes that this song is, 3 minutes and 13 seconds or whatever it is, I started off and I was like, oh, this is okay. You know, this is definitely, you know, I definitely dig the vibe and the attitude and the, you know, just everything that they're doing, the idea of what they're trying to do with this song and this music video. But, you know, through the first chorus, I wasn't entirely sold. I wasn't entirely hooked on it, you know. And then after, when the second chorus came along, then I was like, okay, now we're into this song a little bit more. I can actually, you know, get this. I guess I kind of processed it and I understood what was going on and what the music was. And then I got it. But there's a lot more, I think, in this song to kind of pick out than what you can, I think, most people can feasibly talk about in the first impression video. Certainly it's more than I can talk about. You know, anybody else, I don't know, who knows? Maybe somebody else is better than me at kind of having thoughts on the entire song. But, you know, I definitely kind of enjoyed the fact that this song, from the first verse to the second verse, like those two verses were something that were actually unique and different from each other. And the choruses were really just kind of a little bit of a bridge in between the distinct verses, which is cool. That's definitely something that is interesting. And, you know, if you look at a song just the same way that you look at a book or, you know, driving down the street, and it's all, you know, a journey from starting point to a finish, and then there's always twists and turns, but there normally sometimes are twists and turns from in between these 2 points. And so what makes it interesting is how many twists and turns and all of that, all the other kind of crazy stuff that could happen in the story that this song is telling. You know, and I think that the story that this song is telling is actually pretty interesting. I don't mean like story as in like the lyrical content. I mean like the story as in the progression of the music through the verse to the chorus to the second verse to the second chorus, and, you know, so on and so forth. That is definitely something that I really, really enjoy about it. It's a song that is always changing. So, you know, while maybe that makes it a little bit hard to process the first time around, and, you know, might not be, you know, in the sense like there aren't necessarily parts in the verse that are going to be, you know, really, really familiar with people because they're different pretty much every single time. I do think that the actually rather distinct and very, very noticeable sort of music track during the chorus is going to be the thing that people kind of focus on. That, and of course, the visual aspect of this too is, you know, in combination with that, is going to be something that definitely sells this in people's minds, which is good. You know, where they don't, in my mind, kind of deliver a song that is memorable 100% of the way through. It instead kind of focuses all of the moment that you're going to be attracted to most into the chorus, and that is where most of the interest lies. And that's, you know, really all that you can ask for whenever you listen to a song. And it's, you know, of course, these songs are meant to promote new releases and to sell albums. And so if the chorus at the very least is not the most interesting thing in the song, then in my opinion, it kind of is not the best promo or the best sales pitch for the group and their album. So that's all I gotta say. I think CLC did pretty darn good with Black Dress. Also, you know, definitely a very good addition to their lineup of music. I'm not particularly sold on this song versus Hobgoblin, on, you know, this one being the better one or one that I like more or anything like that. But of course, I have to refresh my mind and my memory as to what Hobgoblin is all about. And we'll potentially probably talk about that coming up in a review video in the next couple of days. Although no promises, because I don't want to promise, because when I do, then I don't fulfill those promises. And then, you know, nobody likes people who don't fulfill who don't keep their promises. So that's going to be all that I got to say for now. Like I said, I'll potentially be back with more things to say. So if you want to hear some of that stuff, and of course you just want to share your thoughts and opinions no matter what they are, because we're trying to build a community here that's all about having some free and open discussion about our thoughts and opinions, which I don't know why I just kind of like, we were doing something good for that outro to kind of like pitch to subscribe, and then I had to add in my normal thing, which just ruined it. But you know, whatever. If you want to hear what I got to say about the song in the future, and of course share your thoughts and opinions, join this discussion and this community, then please do consider clicking on the subscribe button down below. And of course, don't forget, if you want to stay updated with everything that I'm doing here, you don't want to miss a single video, you want to know exactly when it gets uploaded, more or less, then click on the bell icon so you can turn on notifications. So that's going to be it, guys. As always, I want to thank you for watching, and I will see you all next time.